Welcome to Battle Gamers to another GBHL YouTube channel video. You hear your channel host GBHL James with a special guest this week. It's special guest GBHL Jamie.
I'm back on it.
Actually, you're not GBHL Jamie.
Yeah, I know. Check this out.
Wow. Hey, doesn't Jamie look trendy? They're very trendy. What made you decide to go for the shorter trim?
A couple of job interviews coming up.
Cool. Anything exciting?
One. The place I'm at currently, and one in Shrek's Adventure, a new attraction down in London.
Ooh, down in London?
I know, scary times. We'll talk about this off camera.
Oh my. I'm getting cut out! Well, I will be launching a new channel. Now, we are back together again, so this is very exciting. Good to have you back. I've missed you. The subscribers have missed you very much.
I know, I've been reading the comments.
It's nice, isn't it? Yeah. It's nice. Well, I've never had that. But then again, I've not taken time off to speak for any question. I think I missed one.
Yeah, one.
I think I missed one. So yeah, we've got the questions up on the laptop here, and I think with Jamie being back, it's only right that you start off.
Oh, I'm going to get bullied away this one. So we shared it on Google Plus, and Red Cookster71 said, to the fellow who asked about painting faces, always water down your paints 50-50 or even 3-to-1 multiple thin coats is the way to go. That goes for all your painting. It makes it easier to blend the difference in the highlighting colours.
Certainly does.
Yeah,
we had a question about painting faces last week. Okay, so next up we got Ian Marley. Said, what the hell are you wearing? If I was seen wearing that, kids would be...
Yeah, I did see that. I was like, it's not winter. Christmas jumper.
Well, I did message you, didn't I, about our boiler went,
yeah,
so it was freezing, and I wouldn't normally be seen dead in a onesie, but my gosh, I was cold, so got myself wrapped up. Well, he put that's supposed to be a smiley face. He said if I was seen wearing this, kids would beat me up, and I said that's because kids can beat you up.
Then we got Dreadnought369. He says, loving that onesie. Also, I just uploaded my Riders of Rohan time-lapse speed paint thing. You paint yours really well, and I'm not sure about mine. Please check them out.
Fantastic. I believe that you've got a channel, Dreadnought, so if anybody wants to go and check that out and have a little look and give him a bit of critique on his painting, that would be great. Now, I believe this one is for you, this big block of text.
Yeah, my goodness. Thanks, Dave, for the wall of text.
I've already read this, I'll take some time off.
If Jamie's there, this is all for him to read as payback for trolling everyone on the Facebook group and giving us all false hope. There are no curses in Elvish, Entish, or the tongues of men for such treachery.
I saw that.
That was well done, wasn't it?
You should have waited for Wednesday.
I wasn't sure if it'd still be there or not. So I was like, I just get them all now.
For those of you that aren't on the Great British Hobbit League Facebook group, Jamie put a link up to the new releases.
It was pre-releases.
Pre-orders for the Hobbit.
It was just a pair of Balrog wings that were just going back into production. For some reason we were on the pre-orders and I was like, oh, I can get everyone with this one.
And you did.
And I did, and they weren't happy.
And I was like, you all now know what I already knew.
Also, if Jamie's not there, James, you can just skip past the part you've already seen. Anyway, first off, let me say how very excited I am for the Desolation of Stockport 2015 Dubakar. Also, I want some GBHL dice now. And for a question, as an evil army, when shooting into combat, can you use heroic accuracy to reroll your dice when rolling to see whose models you hit? Also, can you use heroic accuracy to reroll when rolling to see if you hit the mount or the rider? My gut feeling is going to say yes, you can, because it's an in the way roll, and it's not any sort of special in the way roll. Yeah, I'd say yes, you can.
I would agree.
I think the black arrow works for. Yeah, you can choose. Here's the GBHL host, new and improved, but I love the 5 army style profiles for you to review. GBHL Tom. These haven't been reviewed on the chat already, have they?
I've read them out, so you might want to skip past it.
Okay,
but have you read them?
I read them, yeah.
Yeah, what do you think?
I think they're all very broken.
Yeah, but that's how we like it. I like the way that he's done it in a way which wouldn't offend anybody, because you know, where there are lower fight values and lower strengths and sort of weaker combat profiles, there's some really broken special rules. So we're all good in our own ways.
Have you read out the...
Not read out the list, so...
No. Nextly, what do you think of these 800-point lists? The list I'm thinking of bringing to Riddles in the Woodhouse. That's the one at Slayer Gaming coming up.
Brilliant.
I believe it's so. Anyway. Warband 1, Thorin with Orcrist and the Oaken Shield and 12 Erebor Warriors with Spear and Shield. Warband 2, Gladriel Lady the Light. 3, Gimli and 10 Khazad. 4, Balin with Durin's Axe and 9 Iron Guard. And then Alfred.
Boo. What do you reckon about that one? 800 points seems light on numbers. Well, do you know
12, 22,
less than 30 troops.
You got 31 troops.
31 troops.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 good heroes and Alfred to boost someone up. I don't think it's terrible. Galadriel Lady of the Light seems to be the odd choice. I think you're better with just the regular Galadriel, who's then got also some magic, some offensive magic abilities that aren't just targeted at spirits. On the whole, it looks decent. Warband, so the second army list you're thinking of taking is Jorian and 10 as a guard, Gimli and 4 Vault Warden teams, Balin and 7 Iron Guard, and Floy and 10 Dwarf Warriors with shields. I actually prefer that one a bit more than the previous one.
Yeah, it looks okay. Just
I think maybe if you can squeeze a banner into them, the dwarves really do need the banner just to help out.
Because they've not got a spear support and they're relatively low numbers.
Yeah. Then there's Thorin, King of the Mountain, Galadriel, Lady of the Light, Dwalin, Gloin, Dori, Fili, Keely, and Oin, Champions of Erebor. That'd be a good little hero list. And then your evil list, Warband 1, Azog, Lieutenant of Sauron with the White Warg and 10 Hunter Orcs, Fimble, with Felwarg, 10 Hunter Orcs, Orc Shaman with 10 Mordor Orcs with Spears, that's good. Or Taskmaster, 10 Mordor Orcs with Spears, and a Shade.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
Yeah, that last one's a nice little list.
Yeah, very competitive.
Yeah. I hope you enjoyed my long post, Jamie. Happy Hobbity hobbying, lads.
Fantastic, I'm sure you did. Well done, Dave. You got there in the end. I think you've posted 4 weeks in a row to try and get that to Jamie. And you got it.
Copy paste.
Fantastic. Okay, so next up we've got Mavers 290s. But hey James, good to see you holding the fort, banner in one hand, sword in the other. It's a great help for a onesie in that case last week. It's a great help for us all, especially those of us with a backlog and painting to catch up. Of course, that's what these are all about, aren't they? Getting your painting done. Missed last week, sorry about that, been busy. Anyway, my question is concerning Uruk-hai crossbows. Do you think their range at strength 4 is a rule that should be reviewed at some point? The reason for this is that they are strength 4, which is great. You could consider them armour piercing, so to speak. Yet I believe they have the same range as bows, which isn't the case in a crossbow versus bow situation. Even in the movie The Two Towers, Uruk crossbows get pretty close, right up to ladders almost, to fire at them, with great effect I might add. My suggestion would be that they lose a few inches of range, or alternatively they drop to strength 2 at greater distances, giving the idea that the closer you are to the crossbow, the more power the bolt, because it's not an arrow, will inflict on the enemy. For me, this is a good representation of their ability to pierce armour at shorter distances. Second question for missing last week, would you guys be interested in doing a Last Alliance battle report, or alternatively a report where the enemy has a rule similar to Balin's Tomb and Last Alliance, where you're facing a horde so dead orcs can return into the fray? I think this would make for an interesting report. P.S. Thanks for the offer of advice about the military. It's going well, and it's the Royal Air Force that I've been accepted by in the logistic branch. Okay, so should we start off with the suggestion about Uruk crossbows?
I think they are neutered already because they are move or fire. That's their weakness.
Yeah, so you've got the drawback for taking them, which is the fact that you cannot move and shoot at all. I don't think they need another.
I don't think they need another penalty. And if you're going to start applying the fact that they are stronger at a shorter distance, then that applies to pretty much all the bows and arrows.
Yeah, and they're not overpowered. They're strong.
No, they're very strong. Yeah.
They're strong, but they're not overpowered, and they've got their weaknesses. So I think that that's traded off. And I think if you get a situation where, although I think it could work in an even smaller skirmish game. I know Hobbit's already a skirmish game, but I think it would maybe work in a smaller skirmish game where you've got like 5 or 6 models to keep track of. But when you've got like a bunch, you don't be like, oh, this one's strength 2, and it just might slow it down a little bit. You want things to be as slick as possible.
The second question was, would we be interested in doing a Last Alliance battle report if I didn't have to paint up the Numenor? Yeah?
If someone wants to bring us the armies to use,
we'll happily do it.
That would be a good way to get me and Jamie to play each other, because we always avoid playing each other on camera because there's just too much at stake. Unless it's some kind of scenario.
And alternatively, a report where the enemy has rules similar to Balin's Tomb. Well, the guys down south are doing Balin's Tomb for us as we speak, hopefully.
Very exciting, because of course that's one of my favourite battle reports. We had such a good time doing that, and you played it so wrong, but
to the spirit of it.
To the spirit of it, which made it. Because if you just stayed at the back,
stay in the corner, it would take me protected. It's just you walking forwards in waves.
But the thing is, the scenario had been changed, hadn't it, to balance it, because of course it is in favour of the Fellowship. We even said that at the start, but it's only in favour of the Fellowship if you game it and you stay right at the back, and it takes that long for the orcs because you rushed in. It's like 2 turns.
I'm intrigued to see how the guys down south are going to play it, because I know they'll want to play it like it does in the films, but they've got to think this is for the campaign, and that burning the might to make the kills happen isn't viable. You did that a few times though in that battle. Like Legolas to kill, and it's like rolls 2 4s, 2 points of might, 5s. Yeah, kill him, do it. It's cool.
That's cool. If you've not seen our Balin's Tomb battle report, I actually think it's up there with one of my favourites. We had a good time doing that. Okay, so next up we've got Al Wood. He's put Devin on DCHL after the video where he suggested that Grima could be a banner bearer and that he was wrong as characters cannot be standard bearers. Yeah,
he's admitted that in a video. I said that GBHL Jamie said it. Like, yep.
What? That was me.
I know what he says, GBHL Jamie.
What? DCHL Devo. Getting it wrong. What's that all about, huh? Yeah, but he made that mistake. Yeah, mistakes happen, you know. Especially in a game where the rules are complicated. It's a complicated game. My question this week, and I'm afraid it's a bit lame, I have bought 2 Barrow Whites and 3 Spectres, but I'm now struggling to think of an Angmar list to use them in. Any advice? Cheers guys, out.
No white Angmar. Boom. Done.
Orcs Spearman.
Orcs, Barrow Whites, Shade.
Dwimmerlake maybe?
Dwimmerlake, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Next up, we've got Turtle Dog. He says, Azog's Hunters. Oh, what?
No, yeah.
Okay. Azog's Hunters and Mori and Angmar. How is this list? Loving the content. Well, this is quite convenient because you've just asked for an Angmar force. Druzag, some giant bats and a cave troll. A Wild War Chieftain with some wild wargs. The Witch King of Angmar. Barrow Whites. Deadmar Spectres. Azog, Hunter Orcs and Fell Wargs. Fimble, Cunabad Spearman and Cunabad Swordman. But you've just given us a load of models. You're not given any sort of indication of a list or point size, so it looks like quite a high points list.
Yep. Can't really review the list until you sort of break it down and you say, right, what do you think about this for 500 points, or what do you think about this for 800 points? But it does look like it's reasonably expensive. Yeah. But we've got no idea about how many troops. Stuff, yeah. You might have 1 Orc Spearman and 1...
And 17 Cave Trolls.
Yeah. That could be the case. So have a little review of that and we can look at that next week. Yeah. So again, we've got Akathon 39. He's put, one day Jamie will be with us again. Here he is, in the flesh. Yeah. Shorter hair. That's the reason why you've been off for like 3 weeks.
What,
it's taken that long to get your hair done. In fact, I feel like I'm getting some more hair than... No, I'm not.
Yeah, you have, at the moment.
Oh no, look at this. Look at this. Jane hates it. She hates it.
But you've had your hair cut, so...
I've had, well, it's more sort of...
styled. Okay.
Going James Bond for the wedding, that's what we're going for.
Okay.
That's what we're going for. So yeah, you're back. Not that there's anything wrong with you on your own, James, or the special guest. They're all great, but it's nice to see Jamie sometimes. I would agree. Okay, anyway, I have a rules question. If you're good and want to shoot at someone, but there's a combat 50% in the way, with an enemy being the hindrance, can you still shoot? And if so, what are the conditions? Also, if there's a combat going on and I move someone into it, can someone good throw a throwing weapon at the guy, although technically it's in a fight? Sorry for the long-windedness of the question, and I hope Speak Friendly question is back to normal next week. Was it not normal last week?
It was late, wasn't it?
Oh, it stopped overloading overnight. It shouldn't have been late. It wasn't my fault. I woke up in the morning and I was like, why is that on?
The answer is no to both. the good will never risk. Even though they, by the rules, will never hit their own guy, if the evil model's closest, they'd never risk it. So, it's one of the hindrances of using a good force.
Yeah.
Like, you get better shooting, but you can't just keep shooting into combats and things.
Yeah, it's classed as a combat, so you know you can't risk it as a good, as a good model. Okay, so next up we've got Red Cooks the 71.
Again, he commented earlier on, didn't he?
He did indeed.
He says, been watching and liking all your battles for a while. I paint. LOL. Some are hilarious. Note the ones all 4 as of you. Getting a game in before a tournament. Great stuff. Blackgate.
That was Battle of the Blackgate. That was that's the only battle report we've all been in it together. Isn't it? That was good fun. Nightmare to edit. Nightmare to edit.
Best channel on YouTube. First question to get in the loop. Would you consider doing tutorials for all the new skirmishes, reconnoitre, etc. for newbies, and for future reference for the older gamers with bad memories? I've watched your other tutorials. You and Jamie explain it very well. Also, I've been painting and collecting on and off for 10 years and I have had very few battles. I'd love to start playing more regularly. Would you be able to point me in the right direction to any gaming clubs in the West Midlands who would ease an older gamer, 43, back into it? Cheers fellas, you're all doing a great job. Thank you very much. What's SYHH?
Support your Hobbit hobby.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, but I've not really seen that one before.
No.
Okay, should we start off with the beginning? So tutorials for the scenarios, I think is actually a really good idea. I think it'd be good content. I think it'd be good for me and you to do tutorials. Is tougher than it looks.
Yeah, our best video was a tutorial, the beginner's back rep, but that was tough.
Planning. We had notes. We had notes.
It's like, right, what do we need to cover? Movement.
We had to keep going back because it was like Yeah, but they don't know what that means.
It's like the goblins they move 5. Yeah, but how will the newbie know that? You know?
Do you know what? That was an early video that we did. I think we would be better at doing it now because we understand how the filming process and editing works and stuff. I think that we do a better job now. We put a lot of pressure on it as well.
And we were rough as well. That was,
yes, and we were freezing cold.
You look back at it, and I was like, we both look really ill, really unhappy to be there. Like, like it's a really, really bad.
And this is what you all need next, and suddenly the book appears in your hand. As we're talking, you got the steam coming out. It's a bit warmer in it though, isn't it?
T-shirts.
T-shirts.
In the Northwest Gaming Centre, it'd be fine by it.
Yeah, it'd be fine by the end of the month. That's what we're hoping for. I think doing it for the scenarios is a good idea because I think that one thing that.
Well, what do you think? Like how to play it as a tournament?
I think that we should do it similar to how we did the tutorial. Because originally we were actually it was just gonna be like a talkie vid where we were sat down and we just sort of chatted through it. But I actually think it'd work better to sort of do it in that kind of style.
Semi-play it out.
Like yeah, so it's like okay, this is to the death. This is how you set up. These are your considerations. And then also a little bit into the tactics of what you do. So teaching people, especially if they're coming to tournaments, how it's about looking at the board, not just in terms of two armies fighting, but okay, how are you going to break that force? How are you going to avoid being broken? Do you have a banner? Do they have a banner? Where do you need to go? What's their leader like? Just doing those kind of things. Like I think reconnoiter, like the maths of reconnoiter.
Yeah, reconnoiter is crazy.
Reconnoiter requires a lot of maths. It would take a lot of planning to do those good to a good standard, but we will do them. We'll commit
eventually.
If he doesn't go down to London, we need to talk about this.
Yeah, no.
What else did he say? West Midlands.
West Midlands. Slay Gaming.
That's more. Mansfield is more kind of East Midlands going north. There's quite a lot of strategy battle gamers in the East Midlands. Whereabouts in the West Midlands are you? Because I guess in West Midlands you're looking more sort of Solihull, Birmingham kind of way. Let us know where you are. There is a population finder on the One Ring forum, and there's also one on the Facebook group now.
Yeah, there's the Google Maps.
The Great British Hobbit League. And you said that, you know, an older gamer, Coff43, hey listen, there are guys in our community who are 10 years old and there are guys in our community that are 50 odd years old, so, you know, just towards that higher end, but you're still somewhere in the middle.
Wow,
he knows it's banter. He knows it's banter. No, thank you very much, Red Cookster, and if you want to come up to a tournament, that's the best way to go.
Yeah.
April, come on. Okay, next question is J22.
He says, good to say the onesie looks extremely comfortable, James. Haha. My question for this week is, what's the most effective way of killing Azog? Yeah, shoot him to death. That's right.
He's on defense 5, isn't he?
Yeah.
What's the defense of the new Azog?
Still 5,
is he still 5? He's not gone up. Okay.
I mean, he has all that might in his war against an ordinary one, so dismounting him is hugely useful. His defense 5 is a bit fragile, whereas a beast in combat. Any suggestions? Great work. Legolas will shoot him to death.
Yeah, Legolas will kill him. Legolas will deal him.
Elves shooting. Yeah.
Haradrim shooting?
It's harder.
Strength 2 because it's a bit harder. So
he's still in 6s, but he's still only 3 wounds, 1's fate. Yeah.
Shooty forces should take care of him quite easily.
Yeah.
You say that.
Well, even a Thorin in combat, it's an awkward fight. But if he's got Orcrist, or if the new Legolas with Orcrist, that'd do him.
Yeah.
Doing the D3 wounds on him.
Legolas.
It's just ridiculous, isn't it?
A legend.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Although he's a powerful sort of cat, he's a very good hero killer.
Yeah.
Very good hero killer. And if he charges things, you know,
and wins the fight against.
I'll tell you what's a good way of taking him down: wizards.
Yeah, mobilise him.
Immobilise him because he's only got 3 will, hasn't he? 2 or 3 will.
Is he 3-3-1 or 3-1-1?
He might be 3-3-1. We've not got the rule book in front of us, but yeah, wizards are a good way to take him down.
Yeah.
But you don't see him dominating the meta in any kind of way. You know.
Except for Azog. See him dominating tournaments.
Azog dominating tournaments?
No, Azog. Bolg.
Bolg, you got. Oh. What an awful list that was, by the way. Did he send it to you? We were of course referring to our colleague Thomas Harrison, GBHL Tom.
Check out his Azog Hunters army video.
That army showcase, very good.
Yeah, very popular.
The army showcase videos was my idea. Come on. Get bedtime bat reps, move aside. Army showcases.
No, you're always going to have bedtime bat reps pinned to you.
Scar. No matter what, no matter how successful Speak Friend and Question is, or the Army showcase, or anything like that, I'll always be damaged goods by that.
Bedtime bat reps.
If you've not seen the bedtime bat rep, go and check it out. It's awesome. It's great. The Battle of Dunafon Pass.
Yeah, there's a Balrog in the pictures.
Hey, that's Murtau's fault. He sent me loads of random pictures.
And you use them.
Yeah, well, he didn't send me enough pictures, so I had to like stretch them out and like invert them and put them back in and stuff. Okay, so next up, we've actually got a question from a channel that we scoured not that long ago. It is DC Hobbit League.
The DCHL.
He put, hello James, you're absolutely correct that heroes cannot pick up banners. I did make a mistake on that video, Unusual Combos Part 2, and acknowledged it in an annotation. Unfortunately, rules mistakes will happen from time to time.
We know it happens.
Yeah, of course we do. Come on, this is me. How many battle reports have you watched where I've made mistakes? Okay, also, if you're ever interested, I would certainly love to be a guest on your show. Just PM me at dchobbitleague@gmail.com if you'd like to talk about it. What I thought was that if any point that you can't make it down, maybe get in touch with him and maybe have him in there as a guest. A Skype thing.
Yeah, so you could just like, Jamie can't make it today, can you fly over?
Well, he wants to fly over, and he wants to come over with, because Alex Wright wants to come and build his Lake Town, doesn't he? I'm being mega presumptuous, but he said he could do it in a day. You know, can you imagine that?
Live building at the DOS.
Wow. Yeah, that'd be great. So get yourself over at some point.
Yeah, I think you could do it by Skype.
Yeah, I would have to work out how to. How would you do that?
Just download Skype and then download a Skype recorder.
Oh right, okay. Skype recorder.
And then it auto converts it to MP3 for you.
I'll ask you about that. Jamie's the tech one. I'm quite impressed that you worked out how to use my Mac, by the way. That's why I kept on getting confused before I was looking at
the arrows.
Oh yeah.
Cheating.
Yeah, it's when you get to this stage where you're doing this, like 2 fingers to go up and down. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, next up we've got Kurt Leach.
He says, hey guys, I haven't been asking questions for a while, sorry, you're almost on 3,000 subscribers, congratulations. Yeah, 80 more to go. White guys. My question is, can you compel someone out of a fight? No, you can't.
But you can compel someone into a fight.
Yes.
So Ian Marley thought that he was cheating me when he looked back over the video. What did he in the video? No, he didn't watch the video first. He sent me a message saying, I totally cheated. I compelled you into a fight. But then he learnt that actually he was right.
Well within your rights to do it. Interestingly as well, if you compel a cavalry model into you, it counts as charging.
Does it?
So he gets +1 on the knockdown.
This is very...
We can't make any strikes against you, but it's still like...
Cavalry's totally broken. That happens all the time. I just need to keep remembering that when you compel, it's half distance.
Yeah, not 10.
Not 10?
Yeah.
Because
cool.
No.
I've
done that about 3 times.
No, he's south. Cool.
So next up we've got Sackbot10. He's put, hi guys, my question this week is, why is Gandalf so weak in SBG? Because he's the only character in all 4 books, 6 movies, that defeats a Balrog. And yet in SBG, he is weak. Thanks.
He's not weak. If you're new to the game, he can feel very weak because he's not, you know, like on par with Aragorn in combat. Gandalf and the wizards in general influence the game in other ways.
Yeah, I mean, it took me ages to suss that out.
It's the immobilise spell is the big one for Gandalf.
Yeah.
You know, the 3-point will per turn. You know, he's not going to run away from things. You get him in there. His fight fire is not terrible. Sorcerer's Blast is a very powerful spell, but it's immobilise is the big one.
Yeah, it's making sure that the enemy heroes...
Cast Blind and Light.
Yeah, for the right kind of force.
Yeah, Gandalf is sort of the all-rounder of the wizard world.
Yeah, he's very good because he's a good mixture between being a combat wizard and a defensive wizard, which is good. Whereas you got maximum, really offensive wizard like Saruman,
purely defensive. Right, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, has he got Nature's Wrath?
Not normal one, just the one on the eagle.
Just the one on the eagle. So yeah, wizards massively affect the game, but and they're reasonably survivable as well because you got the Gandalf is.
You got the reroll of like 3 wounds, 3 fate, which can be rerolled.
So he doesn't die really easy.
No.
And if you get Terrifying Aura on him,
you just don't charge them in. They're there to be behind the lines and manipulating the game. They're not, throwing them in.
Yeah. So thank you very much.
I do think he'd struggle against a Balrog.
Yeah, on his own. Yeah. Mind you, you got 2. Mind you, how much? If you had 2, let's say you had 2 wizards, so Balrog is 400 points.
Yeah. So if you had 2 wizards, they could really do enough to him.
Yeah, I reckon 2 wizards to take him. His will go down.
Yeah, he'd just be immobilised the entire time. That's the thing. It's like,
mind you, even immobilised, he'd be 5'5".
He's 5'5". He's not wounded.
Mind you, he's not wounding them, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. It'd be a boring game. Go on for ages.
I don't think he would.
You don't think they'd win?
No. They're needing like 6s by something to wound him. Got it.
Look at that.
One of them hits him, one of them uses their staff and just keeps stunning him.
Keep stunning him.
So he's one fight, one attack.
Yeah. That'd be good. That'd be good.
Done it. I still think
broken the game.
I still think they'd lose. That one combat earlier on where they can't do it.
Well, you're going to have a Balrog soon for the campaign?
Yeah, we'll have it's two games he's in.
Fantastic. You got 2 more?
Me and Jay Finnegan.
Okay, how many have we got left on the campaign?
I think Jay Finnegan and I are doing Dwaradelf, the Escape from Moria.
Jay Finnegan's a good person in having about that.
One more. So I think we've got Balin's Tomb, 3 from me, and then I'm passing it back down to the guys down south because Damien's obviously got all the stuff for the end of the campaign. So I think there's 4 scenarios there.
Oh, that's cool. And that'll be all the Fellowship ones then?
That'll be all the Fellowship then.
Wow.
We'll see who's alive, who's dead. What's left. I'm really hoping Boromir survives.
Oh yeah, that'd be so cool.
Have the 4 hunters.
Don't let that affect how you play. You've been trying to kill the hobbits. You're nasty.
Trying to make it cinematic.
I've been watching. Have you guys been enjoying the campaign? Give us some feedback. Let us know below. Okay, so next up we've got Akathon 39. I think having DCHL Devin as a special guest.
No, hold on. DCHL Divine.
Whoa. Hang on a minute. What has he done to deserve that? I guess doing a back rep with Smaug's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Would be cool. Seeing the 2 shows cross would definitely be a different setting, but I guess you'd have to try and overcome the time difference. So my question this week is, what do I do if I want to pass a gap in the ground by jumping over it, e.g. like the Fellowship of the Ring where they jumped over the gap in the stairs? Neither me or my friend could think of what to do, and the jump chart, I think it only counts for obstacles, doesn't it? Have we got this wrong, or do we just move normally over the gap? This might be a bit strange though if it's 3+ inches wide. Sorry again for my terrible explaining. I hope you understood the question. Yep, because there are a set of rules for it.
I think you do use the jump table.
What do you lose? Is there not leap?
Oh yeah, there might be a leap.
It's leap for when the distance is more than a base, more than a base size. I think you use the leap, and it gets harder to leap, of course, the more base size is.
Oh, okay, cool.
I believe.
I'll find out soon when I'm doing the Hobbit stuff.
Yeah, it's in your Hobbit rulebook. If you check it out, it should be the leap rather than the jump, because jump test is to go over an obstacle, rather than leap, which is to go along. Because you've got jump, leap, and climb.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure about that. So yeah, have a little look in your rulebook.
Akathon 39 again. He loves to question multiples at once, and he can't think of just one question.
It's because he's in a triple loop.
It's not.
I think he's done quadruple questions now. You do realise that by doing 4 questions breaks the triple loop, and it means next week you only get to ask 1.
For DOS 2015, is it alright that I use converted Grimhammers for shields and spears for aerial warriors as their armour is supposed to be the same in stats and looks so much cooler? Yeah, that's fine to do.
Yeah, it looks cool. Loads of people do that.
Yeah, just wanted to run this by you in case you know anybody who'd have a problem with it. No one would. Now James, in regards to why you're not feeling so well, it's obvious you've been cursed ever since you bought Smaug. Dragon sickness is affecting you in a serious way. But I hope you feel better and are reunited with me at some stage or another special guest next week. Yeah, it's definitely dragon sickness.
You said I was getting old. I was like, See my message back, You're like, you're obviously just getting old. I was like, what? What?
It's true.
I'll be fine. Although I haven't been to the doctors yet, I need to sort that out. Thank you very much, Akathon 39. Next up, we've got Johnny Graham Beggs. He's got questions for this week. 1. Will you be picking up the Hobbit trilogy on DVD Blu-ray this month, or will you be waiting until the extended editions are released later this year?
Extended editions.
Yeah, the box set. It's one of my most valued possessions is the Lord of the Rings extended box set and DVD with like. Seriously, it is one of my household valuable possessions. Okay, so I'll probably wait for that. Next up, 2. Do you guys ever attend sci-fi fantasy conventions such as MCM or Showmasters?
I've not even heard of those 2. I've been to Manchester Comic Con once and it was awful.
Was it?
Yeah, well, when you think of Comic Con, you think of American Comic Con and it being a really big thing.
Yeah.
When it's really just a bunch of fat nerds in really poor costumes. The Manchester's one is getting better, but when I went,
I'm surprised that they've not invited us this year.
No. It was its second year and it was just awful. It was just like all the stores were just with the same tat. Every time you go around, it's like, yes, okay, that's a Pokemon plush. That's a Pokemon plush. There's some anime dolls. That's a Pokemon plush.
The impression I get is it's a lot of sort of paid models to walk around sort of in cosplay kind of.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
A lot of girls dressed up in not a very lot.
Yeah.
Like pretending to be Harley Quinn from Batman. Wow. No, I've never been to any convention like that. I guess the closest thing would be Selwig for me.
Yeah, that was.
I guess that'd be the closest thing for me. It's like a
wargaming convention.
Yeah. That was cool.
That was.
We had a good time. We know for next time.
Just ignore Damien.
We knock Damien out before he even gets in there. Yeah. Like, Damien, I'll get your ticket. Boom! Like that. And then when we run in, we make sure that we get Helm's Deep for like 40 quid or whatever. Tenner? Oh, it's even worse. We make sure that we get it, and then we go back out and go, "You alright? Someone just brushed past you with a shoulder. Oh, look at this Helm's Deep that we got." That was funny last time.
Helm's Deep for a tenner.
Oh, that could have been ours. We're there messing around looking at like Viking models.
Viking models and grass mats and trees, and it was like, by the way, we don't have to stick around. Off.
Yeah, like we don't have to stay together. I'm just going to go to a different place. He knew.
Yeah.
He knew. He's been before. He's an experienced wargame convention. Okay, and next up we got also number three questions. Wow. Would you ever do a live Speak Friendly question done via something like Google Hangout? Thanks.
I've looked at the Google Hangout, and I don't particularly like the Google Plus pages. I don't think we'd have a large enough audience on there to warrant setting it up and doing it. And
no, I reckon we'd only get about 20, 30 people, I think, to do a live, if that.
And also, just from our end, the technical side of it, of hooking the camera up to do a live thing, recording it, editing it, that's fine. I wouldn't even know where to begin filming a live feed.
I think
we just plug in and play, but
I guess, I mean, if it was scheduled, if it was like, if we said in advance, right guys, that, you know, this kind of time, we did it.
If we made a bit hullabaloo about it and count down to Google Hangout.
But it couldn't be something that we did regular. It might be like a one-off where you guys can obviously, because I guess it's like a chat room.
Yeah.
And they like post a question live, and then we would it'll just pop up. But to give you a bit of an example, I know that on miniwargaming.com, which remember has got hundreds of thousands of subscribers and stuff. I know that Mini Wargamer Dave, he does a thing in his Shrine of Chaos, I believe, which is a live show that goes out, and then of course
they can watch it.
You know, but even then, with all their hundreds of thousands, they get like about 100 people, if that, on it.
Yeah.
So I think, and we're less than 1% the size of them. So to give you a bit of an idea, I think it'd be interesting.
Yeah, it's something we could definitely have a go at. I think it'd be good if we could do it where we do sort of like what X-Wing do it, where if we could rig up the camera to look down, so we're playing a game and we get questions in occasionally where we can pause the game that we're doing, answer the question, and then just people watch it a live back rep.
Yeah, that could be cool.
Make a live back rep be more interesting. Actually, I wanted to try when we're done. I wanted to see if we can get an angle. So I like to record the top table games at DOS.
Yep, it's a good idea.
And then, have you seen many of the Team Covenant X-Wing reports? No. What they do is they've got a top-down view of the board.
Yeah.
They record the game and they've got commentators on the day commentating against it. But if we were to then
hashtag, I would be great at that. Hashtag Bush. Oh my God! Look at that move. Look at the skills on Edward Ball. Oh, look at this. I'd be well good at that.
Yeah. So what I was thinking is, if we got them recorded, then obviously we'll put in the outcome results, but we can go back, watch them, and just discuss what we think is going to happen in the game.
That'd be cool. That could be quite cool. Yeah, we can try that. We should be able to do it, because the legs on this, and then if you've got over, you should be able to put it on an end one, and then look, because we usually do top table over there, but the lighting might not be too good, so it might be better to do it over this end.
Yeah.
But do it where you've got it so it'll be down at an angle, it won't be directly down.
Yeah, that's fine.
That'll be okay, because especially the angle, because you'd have people playing across the board.
Yeah.
There you go, look, ideas all the time. That's what happens when we get together. Magic happens. Magic happens.
Right.
Okay, so next question, we've got Dr. Dan. Quick question about magic and line of sight. Am I right to assume, for example, Saruman would be able to stand not in contact behind 2 ranks of Urukai and be able to see through the ranks and cast magic?
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as he can see.
Yeah. As long as he goes, get down to the model's height, as long as he can see his target, he can do whatever he wants to.
I assume this is the case, as the rules reference line of sight for magic being like that for shooting. It's not like shooting magic, is it? there's no in the ways or anything like that.
It's the shooting rules, but without the in the ways, basically.
And you'll be able to shoot through 2 lines, but of course, Magic, there is no in the way. Is this correct? Thanks, Dan.
It is all correct, Dan. You got it right.
Well done, buddy.
Brandon Cooper says, thanks again. My question this week is how can I get my hands on some GBHL dice? For now, attend DOS, the Desolation of Stockport. That's the only place they're going to be available at for now, and we'll see what we've got left, see what we can send out to people.
Now, I know that I incorrectly directed a few people to email I Love Wargaming, just in case we're still sending it out. But what we're going to do, because the tournament's so close, we won't want a situation where, because we sent it out, which of course is higher cost to us, we sent out a number of dice and then we couldn't...
And then we've got like 5 for the tournament.
Yeah, they've been quite popular.
Yeah. Dice were always popular. I think it's worth doing a second run.
Yeah, different colours.
Hashtag Bosch ones.
Hashtag Bosch ones on the one would be a great idea. Okay, so next up we've got Matthew Ridgely's. But hey guys, what is your favourite scenario to play in a tournament that isn't one of the 6 from the source books? Could you maybe explain your favourite scenario and how it works? Cheers. So ones you played which aren't any of the 6.
Is this including modified ones?
I guess it will be modified ones, yeah.
I quite like my toot my own horn. My modified Seize the Prize for this Desolation of Stockport.
Yeah, modified Seize the Prize is good.
With playing it on the longboard edges.
Yep.
And there's a.
You still take it off your opponent's board edge.
Still go off your opponent's board edge. If you get it off, it's worth 5, and you auto win the game, but it doesn't end.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah.
3 if it's in their board half, 1 if it's in yours, and you're holding it.
And 5 and 3 for breaking. Or is it 3 and 1 for breaking?
3 and 1 for breaking, and 1 wound. 1 point if you wound or kill the enemy general.
Yeah. So there's no way of killing the enemy general
and breaking
them to win.
To win, because they can always get the prize off their opponent's board edge.
Yeah. Yeah, that fixes it quite a lot. Because of course that scenario doesn't work unless you do that. Yeah. Unless you've got 2 sort of very
ones
armies.
I really enjoy the Take and Hold that the guys in Scotland made up, and have stolen that for all my DOSs.
I'm going to blow my own trumpet, but that scout scenario is great fun.
Yeah.
The scout scenario is really, really good fun.
I played that the other day.
Cool, isn't it? Yeah. Cool. Gives you some different things to think about, and it's just not like Reconnoiter is. Reconnoiter's a tough one to master, and you can be done in just by the draw who you're playing against. I know that a lot of the scenarios are designed to be like, especially playing through 1 to 6 or 6 to 1. You know, they're supposed to even each other out in the long run.
Yeah.
But they don't really, I don't think.
No, all here tends to have a pretty easy run of things, just with the basic 6. Because general and breaking are worth so much in all of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree with that. So yeah, that one's pretty good. I really like, obviously slightly modified, but I really like the Clash of Champions one, where you start off with the 2 here. It's like a modified hold ground. Start off with your 2 leaders in the middle. Everything else comes on as per hold ground. You get VPs for which champion beats the other champion, and then the dead champion becomes the objective. I think that's pretty cinematic. It's one of my favourite moments of the league final, was walking around and just seeing like Goblin King versus Legolas, you know what I mean, and King of the Dead versus, you know, Witch King. This is cool. This is cool. Got the cool factor.
Yeah, cool. Thanks for the question, Matthew. Next up, we've got Joel Stuckey. Stuckey.
Yep, Stuckey.
Hello, GBHL hosts. Battle of 5 Armies is now available in Australia. I rented it on iTunes and quite enjoyed it. Fingers crossed we see some more miniature releases for the extended edition. Yeah, fingers crossed. My question is about Dwarf Cavalry. What would you like to see stat-wise for battle rams? What would you like to see that would encourage a full-mounted Dwarf army? Thanks again for the content. I hope you're warmer and more fashionable this week. Cheers.
Do you know what? You know, ironically, I am warmer in the Northwest Gaming Centre, although the boiler is fixed. Yeah. And I'm not sure Biotic Fit uniform counts as more fashionable, to be honest. Probably. Okay, so this is actually quite a frequently asked question.
Yeah,
we should write this down.
Yeah. It'll be over soon enough.
Yes.
What would you like to see stat-wise for battle rams?
We've done this before, haven't we? Yeah. So the rider, obviously, sort of standard dwarf, fight 4, strength 3, defense 6, defense 7 with shield. Was it courage 4, 3?
Yeah, courage 4.
Courage 4, and then obviously nothing else.
Lance.
Yeah, and we thought that maybe they would have
maybe
like
they'd have lances, but they
more like the what's it called?
War spear.
More like a war spear.
Yeah.
Where it can be a spear if they're dismounted. I think that'd be quite cool. But a lance when mounted, and then the boar. The ram. Sorry. Oh yeah, it's not boar, is it? Movement 8.
Yeah. Like
strength 4, because then I think if you got strength 4,
you can use the ram's strength.
Strength 4, or you can use the lance for the charge.
You can use them both.
I was thinking maybe like a condition where if you want to use the rider, you use the strength of the thing. And, no, you can use the strength. Oh, well, you know, I don't get everything right.
Just walk away.
Or not much at all.
But yeah,
defense 5 like an armoured horse.
Yeah, the defense 5.
Defense strength 4, defense 5. That's probably about it.
Yeah. What might encourage it? I don't know. Get some mounted heroes. That's the only thing that would encourage a full mounted dwarf army.
I don't think it will happen because
no,
they weren't in the sort of mainstream movie really.
No.
They kind of just appeared with the heroes on them at some point.
Yeah, well, they when they walk over the hill, there's 4 heroes on 4 rams.
Yeah.
And then there's 4 rams. Those exact 4 rams get used by the heroes.
Yeah.
It must be those 4 because they're the only ones at the battle.
Yeah.
What happens to Dane's pig? Does it get killed?
I can't remember. I honestly can't remember.
I think it must do.
Can't remember, but yeah, that's what we think. So next up, we've got Jeremy Smith. He's put Speak. Good vid last week. Played it and liked it twice and got lots of work done.
If you liked it twice, you removed his like.
I think he's taking it. He's becoming banterific.
Right.
He's becoming more British. Okay. He's spending too much time with us. Thanks to the channel, etc, etc. Friend, if you are Kingsman, then you are out of uniform. He was asking whether he should salute me or not. I was like, no. No, I was right at the bottom.
Was this his question about Obama? About sorry, if someone of a higher rank salutes you, do you have to salute them back? Cause I remember
Did he ask that?
I remember someone reading about it because there's a big thing about Obama.
Oh, because the Marine.
Because he didn't salute him back, but then ran back and shook his hand. Well, staged.
Staged.
I
don't think he asked the question about it. He just asked if a return salute was in order, and I was like, no, don't salute me. Question: DCHL plus GBHL podcast? I'd watch. What kind of tea do you drink?
It's really rubbish. Aldi's Gold.
Hey, yeah, but you know, Aldi's Gold. This, you know, I like this one, but I like this one as well.
Yeah.
Just like the advert.
Oh yeah.
See what I did there? Yeah. Tetley's. Tetley's is the best tea. Like, hands down. If you want a good British cup of tea, Tetley's tea.
You're gonna start a war.
I don't care what anybody says. Tetley's by a million miles. I tried to do like PG tips once. What's that all like? Typhoon? What? Typhoon? That's rubbish. Yorkshire tea? Yeah. Tetley's. It's for winners.
Sure.
Manchester United. Yeah, waves flag. Did you watch the game?
No, I was in work.
Oh.
I was pressing F5.
It was really good.
I was like, oh, Gerrard's on. Oh, Gerrard's off.
Stupid mistake.
What an idiot.
Stupid. Man, you played better with 10 men than you did in the first half. Mind you, it was great from a United point of view. We played great in the first half. The second half was sort of back to how we've been playing, but first half was great. So are you a Manchester United fan, Jeremy? Great stuff. You come over here, you'll have to come to a game. Okay, what do you both think make a good King of Nerds? If your name's Damien. Usually helps. Damien, King of the Nerds.
Yeah. That's a big, broad question. I have no idea.
An encyclopedic knowledge of wargaming, an understanding wife. A huge collection that is never ending. Good at most areas of the game.
Yeah.
Because he's obviously good at the game and he's good at painting as well.
And converting. Yeah.
And converting. So he's good at all kind of areas.
Scumbag.
Well,
I hate him.
Why is he even on this channel? What? Oh, that's right. We were quite busy at the time. Hey, listen, we're getting together now. Let's get rid. Went to London.
No. Yeah. Remember that.
Sad times. Yeah. Could be the end of the GBHL podcast.
If I get now.
That's not going to happen. Okay.
Get a job here.
Yeah, if you got to choose, it's like, I choose the channel! I choose the channel!
I'll stay in Manchester without the choice.
Yeah?
You'd have to uproot then.
Yeah, it'd be tough. It's more expensive to live down. I hope they'd pay you a lot more.
Yeah, they would have to.
James, I hope you're doing better. Don't let stress get to you, and no further dragon sickness. Jamie, I hope you find the time in your LEGO work schedule to visit your poor sick veteran friend. Scoops more guilt.
no guilt felt.
James, to confirm, your symptoms are 4 months of frequent illnesses with headaches, coughing, rundown. Right, so did you go to the doctor? No.
Have you had your bloods done?
Not yet.
Bloods
So,
plural.
yeah, it's like
You've got 2 bloods going through.
that's what they say, isn't it? Are you getting your bloods taken? What are the results? I've not been, because I've done that typical thing where it's like, now I feel a bit better now, I'll be alright. So yeah, thank you very much, Jeremy Smith, for your comments and questions, as always. Next up, we've got Tom Turtle.
He says, great content at the moment, just a quick one today. Do you know why Games Workshop revamped the paint range? Also, what are your favourite models in the Battle of 5 Army range? Well, they revamped the paint range so that they could have their own or is it branded or IP?
It's to do with copyright, isn't it?
Yeah, because
the terms before were too generic.
like
so other
skull
people do it.
white.
Yeah.
It's a very generic term. Anyone could have skull white because skulls are white. So let's have skull white. Now, what is it, like Mornfang white or something? No, that's Mornfang brown, isn't it?
That's brown. Ah, one of our favourite colours.
Yeah.
Mornfang brown's a great colour.
What's white?
Ceramite white and the ceramite white, and there's the one that I've got, which is the one I can't remember. So yeah, it's to do with
White scars?
White scar white? I don't know.
Nah, it's covered with white scar white. That sounds ridiculous.
Oh, and all the others don't. Yeah,
Oh,
so,
of course, it's
like-
RX V88. That classic colour.
well, you know, a lot of them do sort of go off that, don't they? The other paint ranges, you know, they do codes. So
Oh yeah, but I mean
Hasbro. And,
yeah, but that's the name of like a unit.
XV88, that's the
yeah,
one.
yeah.
XV88. That's a good colour. That's a good colour.
Yeah, so that's why they redid it so they could have their own names for the paints.
Favourite models for Battle of 5 Armies?
5 Armies.
Thranduil mounted. It's cool.
Yeah, he's cool.
I like Thranduil mounted. Some of the dwarves look alright.
Smaug.
Smaug. Smaug is the favourite model.
Yeah, Smaug.
Smaug is good.
Yeah.
Looking forward to unboxing that bad boy. So next up we've got Lucas Whitcroft writes, but thanks for answering my question last week. My question this week is more really advice. James, I heard that you're going to use Minas Tirith models as Warriors of Arnor, converting them. I like this idea, but I've got something you should use for Warriors of Arnor. Instead, use Dale Warriors. They look really good with this particular colour scheme. If you're unsure on where to start, go to a man called Dom Hill. We know Dom. Who has posted a video on YouTube how to paint Warriors of Dale using the Arnor colour scheme. I think this would look really cool and just supporting my Hobbit hobby, Lucas. Sounds good.
I'll check that out.
Yeah, Warriors of Dale are lovely models. I don't see Warriors of Arnor. The reason I like Minas Tirith Warriors for them is that I prefer that kind of Numenorian, and I like the tie-in between Gondor and Arnor.
Yeah.
The bit that I don't like about the current Warriors of Arnor, because I like them, is the
Turbany?
Yeah, the War of the Roses
Headcloth
thing. I'm not a massive fan of those, so literally just going to file the white trees off, make sure that you do the shield properly. I'm going to go for a black colour scheme because that was the colour of Numenor and such like. But thank you very much, Lucas. Next up,
Andreas, the Norwegian Viking, here again.
good work.
Yeah,
Good work.
yeah,
I've seen what you did there.
That's a hard name to pronounce. Let's call it something else.
Good work. I was going to do that if that had come to me.
Since you struggle with my surname, I'll tell you to pronounce it. Oh, there we go, good. The weird letter is pronounced as a U in Hurt.
So it's like Cern.
Son.
I think it's the fact that it's then a W, R and then E. None of those letters go well together in the English language. Now it sounds mega offensive, doesn't it? I think that you shall forever be known to us, my friend, as Andreas, the Norwegian Viking. I hope you don't mind.
Is that it?
Stop it.
We have gotten through game 1 of the series of battle companies. So far, 2 players have rolled double 6 on the hero injury. Lucky gets. Yeah.
No, you
Get extra fate.
That's what you did.
So thanks for the advice last week. Found a Facebook page with lots of cool references as well. Hopefully that'll be the South East England battle gaming. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, something like that. I think he was asking where you drew the inspiration from a lot of your scenarios. And I said the Scouring of the Shire.
Scouring of the Shire book, yeah, got a lot from there. Not one for a question this week, but want to stay in the loop and tell you that guys at the GBHL is a true inspiration and have really helped me build the community here in the cold north. 18 inches of snow in the capital last Thursday, if you can believe it.
Wow.
Wow, 18 inches of snow. It's disgusting.
It's like that much snow.
And lastly, I can formulate this as a question. Please do the video swap with the plants here. That would be awesome.
Someone suggested this last week, and my argument was that me and you are okay at these sort of questions. You know, like, I'm quite short and concise, but I think
No, you're not.
Well, no, when we're together.
Okay.
That's the point. I think a Palantir format for us would involve me trying to squeeze the blood from a stone. Give 3 topics.
Yeah. Comment review though. That's this.
Comment review. Yeah, do you know what comment review is? Well, this. Naughty, naughty. Not the brief.
We can more skill mug review as well. Yeah, we can get that sorted.
Yeah, we could do something.
We might as well get some stuff done whilst they're up.
Yes, definitely, that'd be cool. Next up we've got Ross Diggle. How can I answer this question?
Well. Yeah.
He's put, can the Spider Queen be affected by Druzak spells as she is a giant spider and not a spider?
Yeah, she's a spider. James Wilson, hey James and maybe Jamie, this question may require you to check the Games Workshop website to be prepared. No. What would you think of using a Warhammer War Hydra as a proxy for a Cave Drake? This is not because I have a problem with the Cave Drake model, however I am in love with a Hydra model and I've never found an excuse to buy one. Thanks guys. Not at our tournament, but yeah, I think the other places might.
I think a place...
The War Hydra's a bit... Has it changed? Is it the old model? The old model? It must be a new model, because you can't fall in love with the old one, surely.
Was it horrible?
I really don't like it. I'll see if I can pull it up on my phone.
You pull it up on your phone. As always, it's best to check the tournament organisers with the tournament organisers. There's a few tournament organisers which wouldn't, who are a bit more against proxies and stuff, and there are others that are a bit more sort of cool about things. So, for example, I think Titans are really laid back about things like that. They've got the rule of cool. Let's have a little look. I'm looking forward to this now.
Yeah, it's definitely changed.
It's definitely changed.
Yeah, that does look cool. Yeah, I think I got the old one. Yeah, so this is the new one.
Yeah, that's like a...
That's the new one. Oh, a big glare on the screen. That's the new one. This is the one I was thinking of.
Okay, mind you, that one looks more like a
Cave Drake.
a Cave Drake.
Yeah.
It's not a million miles off a Cave Drake, is it?
No.
Would you allow it? At our tournament?
No.
Nope.
No, it's not. It's not a Cave Drake.
Because it's a complete proxy, so it probably wouldn't be allowed to Stockport. But if you did some converting work,
yeah,
you know, that might be fine. Okay, so next up we've got Ryan Shady Shaw. I've got to give mad respect right now. I really appreciate the opportunity you've given me by saying it'd be possible to borrow an army. He said he couldn't come to the tournament because he's not got a finished army and wouldn't finish painting. And I said, well, you can borrow some of my models. Seriously, that's crazy. So once again, thanks for the option. But I must be honest, I don't know any rules. Don't worry about that. That's what we're here for as well. You know?
I wouldn't want to be the one in the corner knowing what not to do. Don't worry.
There are no corners in here.
It's a round room. No, there's lots of players who are all new to the game, and Desolation Stockport tends to bring them all together. So it's a great place to come in, learn meet the community, and learn the rules as you play.
Definitely. So if your uncle's coming anyway, just do it. We'll lend you the armies, and no one's gonna make you feel shunned. You literally just go, listen, I've not really played before, and most people will be helpful.
Yeah.
Question time. Question 1. Have you got any painting tips for me? Because my uncle Al Wood has said that I can paint his Army of the Dead, but I don't want to mess them up. When I've painted before, I throw some M&M on and zone out, but my paintwork is shabby, so any tips that you can give to this novice? Well, tip number 1 is don't put M&M on when you're painting, put the GBHL YouTube channel on. That will instantly improve your painting by at least 1000%. This is a known fact.
Oh, is it?
It's a known fact.
It is known.
I get loads of private messages saying my painting is so much better now and Speak Friend in Question is in my life.
For Army of the Dead, you could spray them white and wash them is a really simple way and a really effective way of making them look good.
Yeah, Army of the Dead are quite easy to do in that respect.
Yeah.
Just make sure that you don't overpaint them. That's the key thing. So new painters, people who've not really done painting before, what they will tend to do is they'll have the pot and they'll put their paint brush in the pot and then they end up with loads of paint on the brush.
Like when you're a kid first painting your pictures in school. You want a very small amount of paint on the brush. You want to just dip it in, and I always use a palette or my hand and just give a few little strokes, take all the excess paint off, and then start applying it to the model. Yeah, and just do thin layers and you know, do one layer and you know, even if you can see the model underneath, just let it dry, do a second layer and just build up slowly. That's the best advice. But Army of the Dead's pretty straightforward. What's the green wash called? There's a green wash, I can't remember what it's called. I don't know, when I bought it was Thraka Green, but
it's not that now.
It's not that now.
There's a green wash, I can't remember what it's called, but that's literally all you need to do. White, a few layers of that, and the wash. And question number 2, this is totally random, but if you had to make and name a shot with a Lord of the Rings name, a shot? Oh, like a shot. What would you call it? And what drinks would you put in it? I think I'd go for the Witch King, and it'd have Eristoff Black, Red Bull Tropical, and Pernod. Thanks, Ryan. A shot. A shot. Well, for me, it's got to be something to do with the Rohan.
No, I was trying to think of one for the elves.
Yeah, you've got to think of a wood elfy one. It's got to be something to do with shot, hit, shooting.
Auto hit.
Auto hit, or something like that. It's got to be something like that, which references Legacy shooting for you.
The deadly shot.
Deadly shot. Deadly shot. There we go.
What would go in it though? No, I was thinking something like more goblin-y, where you'd have sort of, you know, like a milk and something where it might curdle a little bit. So when you shot it, it's like
you're savage.
Chewy. You gotta chew it down.
You are savage. I'd have to have something like, you know, Pelennor or something. You know what I mean? And what would go in it? Not Sambuca. I can list all the things that wouldn't go in it. I'm not too bad with like Jaeger, you know. Like, that's pretty easy, I think. Well, it's easy for me. Like when we get people like Ian Marley and Sean Hunt, they don't. Lightweights. Lightweights, definitely. So yeah, it'd be something to do roll. I'll tell you what, that's a good one to put back out to these guys, I think. If you were going to invent us a shot, your GBHL hosts, what would it be called and what would be in it? And maybe we'll do a special video where we try that. Maybe. Maybe.
I think it's just, I've got it, deadly shot, it's just absinthe.
Ooh.
One of those tall shot glasses as well, not like your normal ones, the extra tall ones where you're like, oh guys.
Last time I drank absinthe, I literally have a zero memory of that evening. It's very dangerous.
Jay Clare, his 18th birthday, like, have some rum. Absinthe. No. Have some rum. Absinthe. Have some rum. About 4 or 5 shots.
Dangerous. Dangerous stuff. We don't advocate that to you younger viewers out there. Next up we've got Zarfai Engel.
He says, Wednesday again. So was a question this week, why do you consider the passenger rule as more of a scenario thing? Because it is a scenario thing. It's not to be used in regular play.
It says that, doesn't it? It does explicitly state that it is a, but it's not for points game. Yeah.
It's mainly used for scenarios like where you need 2 characters on 1 horse to travel quicker to make the scenario work.
Yep, next up we've got Scott Johnson. Hi guys, great content as usual. Really enjoyed the Hounds of Sauron bat rep.
Good.
Couple of questions this week, as I missed last week. Firstly, I've just bought Young Dwalin, and I know he isn't modelled with a 2-handed hammer. Is it okay to use in competitive games as a normal Dwalin profile, unexpected version, without conversion work?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
That's fine. I think there's a feeling that there was meant to be young profiles for them that never happened.
Yeah. Lovely model. Young Dwalin's a lovely model. And also, there tends to be a reasonably laid-back approach towards using models that don't necessarily have the full correct war gear and stuff.
Yeah, because it's like, it's in their profile, you know what it is. It's when you start subbing in models for other models that it can get confusing.
Yeah, so you say, well, you know, I'm going to use this Dwalin as this Dwalin profile.
I mean, how many Aragorns? You might have a bow strapped to his back, but you go, this Aragorn's got a bow.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, this Aragorn's got an elven cloak, but he's not got his brooch.
Yeah, someone taking, you know, the Aragorn pose like that and going, okay, this is going to be Aragorn in Isildur's there. That's not a problem. Just because the one that's pictured is the 3 Hunters one, but, you know, even that doesn't tie in if you think about it. 3 Hunters Aragorn.
It's nice. Yeah.
You know, so I think sometimes people get a little bit caught up with the pictures. The same with the, like personally, I think the same with the Knight of Pelennor. I know that the armoured horse could be an issue and the shield, but I think as long as you're clear.
Why the shield? That's what I've never understood. But people get uppity about the shield. It's just the horse is the main thing.
Yeah, because the normal
guy can take a shield.
The normal guy can take a shield, can't he? So yeah, I don't think most people
want to have a cape as well for some reason.
Well, look at Legolas. You know, Legolas is a really good example.
There's loads of poses of him. Some with cloaks, some without, some with armour, some without. You can use him with whatever you want. Yeah,
just be clear to your opponent at the start. That's the key thing. And he put, secondly, the White Warg doesn't have the fell sight special rule. Am I correct? And if so, do you think this omission is intentional or an oversight? Cheers.
I think it's an oversight, but it doesn't have it, so that's the way you got to play it.
Yeah, he doesn't need any help.
White Warg's great.
Yes.
William Farquharson next. He says, I just used a rainy day as an excuse to binge watch Battle Companies. Oh my eyes, it looks so much fun, I can't wait to try it.
Yeah, it's fun.
Good. there was one of the girls at work's boyfriend watches the channel.
Oh yeah.
And he's watching Battle Companies.
Celebrity.
Yeah. He's watching Battle Companies at the moment, and she came into work and said, "Are you the Great Giblin?" I was like, "Oh no!" It's reached
The Great Giblin. That's awesome.
It's reached regular ears.
I don't think that'd ever be a situation where like Jane was in the hair salon, you know, and someone came in and went, you know, is that who? Mind you, I was thinking about this the other day because I think it came up when we were talking about whether Jane would ever find out through someone else about Smaug.
Yeah.
I was like, well, no, there's not that many degrees of separation. However, one of my clients, Helen, who gets her hair done with Jane now, her husband is a massive Lord of the Rings strategy battle gaming fan, and I'm sure he watches the channel, as does his kid. So if you are watching this, do not tell Helen, Mr. Hancock, do not tell Helen Hancock that I have a Smaug, because if that gets back to Jane, I'll be in a lot of trouble. You know the rule. You know the rule. You know what it's about.
I do think that Jerry made a particularly horrific mistake though. In the second to last Giblin battle, the warg Byrne was wounded, and Jamie threw a die after the game to determine whether he could recover. But he should have thrown two because Byrne was a hero at that point. As a consequence of this, Byrne was not present at the last battle. Ah well. Sorry if I'm wrong, or if it's been pointed out. Probably it's just a mistake by me. Of course, I don't want to take away from the awesomeness of your Battle Company series in any way, though. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope there will be a 2015 version.
Hell yes.
Yeah, there will be.
4-way, with other people coming in. It's so exciting. Got lots of ideas.
My question this week is about some heroes that seem to not tie in with their forces when it comes to war gear or some stats. The Gundabad Black Shield Captain, for example, doesn't have a shield. Yes, it's true. Saladin cannot take a war spear, although most of the other mounted Harad warriors and heroes can. And the Gundabad Shaman is the only Gundabad with strength 3. What are your thoughts on this, and can you think of any other examples?
Other examples? Heroes don't fit in with what they're leading. The number of Fight 4 named Rohan heroes is a problem.
Yeah, we've got all Fight 3 troops though.
No,
because besides the Sons of a late edition. Yeah.
Yeah, and even with Almanjai's got Fight 4 troops. But named heroes tend to be one more point of might, or one more point of. I'm not too sure. I can't think off the top of my head.
I think you've got the main ones there. The ones that jump to are the Black Shields. And what do you guys think of the new Hobbit Rules YouTube channel? Less on that. Thank you for answering our questions yet. Hope to see Jamie again soon. I'm here. Sorry for your long post.
No comment.
I do try to keep them shortish, but Battle Companies has got me so excited.
I would say that if you are confused about any of the rules to do Hobbit Strategy Battle Game, then get yourself onto the Great British Hobbit League Facebook page. That's where that'd be your first point of call, and there are some very experienced people there who are involved in the community FAQ and rules queries and stuff like that. That would be a better place in my eyes.
Mark Yelovich, can you explain how Elven cloaks work? I don't understand what partial coverage means or how it is defined. That's a model.
This is a model.
It's in front of terrain.
Okay.
That's covered. This is partially covered. Oh, he's wearing an Elven cloak. You still can't see him.
You still can't see unless you're here within 6 inches. Even if it's just a little bit is covered.
Yeah.
You know. Just the tiniest little bit.
That's the model. He's covered up by my hand there. Oh, he's invisible. That's partially covered. That's
partially covered. So there's not like, oh, well, if there's over 25% or anything like that. It is if there's part of it which is obscured. I get sometimes people are a little bit like, you know, if there's a spear sticking in the way, or a sword, do they still count as being partially covered then? If it's something like a weapon?
It's tough, isn't it? I think they would do.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's still partially covered, aren't you? Spear sticking out. Right, he's blocking. You can't see him anymore.
That's such a Giblin thing to do. I'll just turn that wood elf spear there, and then got the guy behind.
Guy did it to me with fell wisdom wings. So yes.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah. So yeah, as long as part of it's obscure. Okay, next up we got Wang11. Hi guys, sorry I didn't ask a question last week. I haven't had anything on my mind. Although this week my question is that I'm making a Gondor army. And I was going to put Boromir and Aragorn in it. Should I say Aragorn at the Black Gate and Boromir of Gondor, or Boromir Captain of the White Tower and Aragorn Strider? The latter, that's easy.
Yeah, the latter of those two. They're stronger.
Thanks, guys.
And they can fit into the world of.
The latter is so much stronger.
Stronger.
Because the problem with, although Boromir of Gondor is a fun profile, he's got a lot of drawbacks.
No fate.
No fate is a big deal. Can't go to defense 7.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that.
You definitely take the latter of those two. They're more points, but yeah.
The problem with the Blackgate Aragorn King Lesso, is the fact that he has to pay for Anduril. If you took that away, he'd be worth it.
Ugh, Anduril.
Ah, Anduril.
Anduril, you're a waste.
The bane of Aragorn. It is though. It is. It's you know what? You would never purchase 75 points.
Especially now that there's so many special rules around that just get you that for so, like
Dwalin.
Dwalin's better than Anduril.
He is. He is, but even a lance is better than Anduril in lots of ways. I think. You know, you'd rather pay 5-10 points for a lance than 75 points for a sword that always gives you. Is it
4+?
It's 4. It's not even 3+. It's not even 3+. In my head, I'm thinking 3+.
Way back, worth it because you were always 5s and 6s and 4s make a difference, but over the course of a campaign, yes, Anduril will make a huge difference, but in one game, it's just not. If
you're playing like a silly game, which will be, were you? Was that the league final where we were all in a circle and we did like the hero thing?
No,
and you weren't there for that. You would have loved that. It was absurd. It was brilliant. It's one of the best wargaming experiences I've ever had. Well, I did point out that my Strider did have Anduril, because you might as well, because there's no points. You know, no point, you could just bring anything. And of course that was helpful against Goblin King and such like. But I wouldn't have paid for it if it was a points thing. No way.
Next up we got Rob. It's hi guys. Hopefully I'm not too late this week. The question is, what order should players declare special strikes? It's this old chestnut. For example, in a fight between a shield arm model and one with an axe, then if the first model shields, then there's no reason to not piercing strike. But if they do, you may not want to.
When it comes up in a game, it's not a problem.
Yeah, it seems like this could be a huge conundrum. But you typically go, oh, I'm going to shield, so you know I know you're going to piercing strike, but I'm still going to make the decision to shield because I need to try and live.
Yeah.
It's annoying, but you just accept it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's a tactical conundrum. If you shield against a axe wielding model, unless the person with the axe is inexperienced and isn't aware of the fact that they should definitely piercing strike, then you kind of take that as a thing. And there shouldn't really be a situation where you go around in circles where you go, okay, I'm going to shield, and they go, well, I'll piercing strike. Of course they're going to piercing strike.
I won't shield then.
Oh, I won't shield then. Okay, well I won't piercing strike. And then it just stops there.
But then I'll shield, I'll piercing strike then.
It stops on that second bit. If the moment the piercing strike goes, well, if you don't shield, I won't piercing strike. And then you've got to weigh it. The person who's shielding really is the one who's got to weigh it up. Goes, well, would I rather shield and take the risk, or would I rather not shield? Simple. Next up, was this you?
No.
Oh my gosh, it's Damien.
Yeah. It's the GBHL podcast.
The GBHL podcast. This is freaky. How's this happen?
We've asked our own question.
This is Damien commenting as the GBHL podcast. Hey boys, long time without a question. Yeah, we've missed you. I've been catching up on lots of videos of late. Been enjoying gorging myself on everything you've been putting out. Yeah, got quite a lot out recently. Yeah. James, you've asked multiple times about whether or not you should tell Jane about... He did this 3 hours ago. Whether or not you should tell Jane about Smaug. Of course you should tell her, assuming you can afford it, and then surely there's no issue. She might be not that you spent £300 on a toy dragon, but the only certainty is life that she'll be more not that you spent £300 on a toy dragon and didn't tell her. This is literally Women 101, and it is very, very clear. Nah. Steve's Women 101 is completely different to yours, Damien. And I'm gonna go for.
I'm intrigued to see what lie I've got to hold up when you're at when we go to your wedding.
Oh, you cannot tell. You cannot tell Steve Crow's. He's already had this talk with me. He was like, if Anna asks where you know each other from, we play five-a-side, and I happen to find out that you're into the same hobby as me.
Yeah.
But we do.
I want to know what my lie is. Like, because obviously Jay Finnegan and I think we're going as well. I think Jay Finnegan's going as well. So when we meet up for drinks, oh hey Steve, how you doing? What's the connection there?
Guys, if
we're apprentices.
Well, bear in mind that there is that open invite to a lot, because it's hard. You can't invite everybody directly and stuff. But there is that invite out there for the guys who know me and share drinks, and you consider yourself a pal. Come to the church and then maybe try and get yourself in on the evening. You should be able to come. It's not a problem. I just can't officially do it. Officially invite hundreds of nerds. I can't do it. But if you're coming and you see Steve Crow, ignore him. You don't know him. You don't know him. Just pretend like you don't know him. And that's the key. to my question, loads of people have messaged us and are up for a show host swap and a sort of 4-way mashup at DOS. I think that's a good idea. 4-way mashup I think is better. Shall we make it happen? Would be great to see you guys doing a sketch, get your own Triceratops obs, and it would be a fun week's worth of content. What say you? What say you? I think doing a mashup would be good.
Yeah.
I contemplated last Sunday, because I was going to be on my own, I contemplated actually doing a sketch which related obviously to my horrendously traumatic experience versus Jay Finnegan with my Sons of Ale, like where I could not bring myself to do Speak Fun in question, and I was lecturing. See the picture I put up on Facebook. There was kind of continued, but I just didn't have time. I couldn't do it. So I think that'd be quite cool.
Yeah, we got to mix it all up again. It's always nice to see different faces, different voices.
Yeah, and I've never been a guest on the Palantir, as you know, after I got kidnapped and put in a cupboard. Thank you very much for that, by the way. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if Jamie hadn't saved me?
Yeah, you're welcome.
Unbelievable. I will.
Trixie Emerald.
I will tell Jane, but just not
After
yet.
the wedding? After the honeymoon?
Yeah, it'll be after the honeymoon. Yeah. She would just get too stressed about money and stuff, and it's not. Yeah, we can afford it, but it's trying to convince Jane that we can afford it. You know, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell her beforehand, so nobody else do it, please. And wow, a minute 10. I actually think I did it quicker on my own last time. It just never happened before, ever in the history of Speak Fun in Question. It's been really nice to have special guest GBHL Jamie here today. Have you enjoyed being back at Speak Fun in Question?
Yeah, it's good. Maybe I'll pick up my Guild Ball models.
Ooh, exciting. Coming soon to a Let's Try Tuesday.
Yeah, definitely.
That'd be very, very cool. Keep on giving you feedback about the channel, guys. Of course, that gives us ideas about what we can do going forward. We do have some ideas, and of course, as and when we get the time, we will do that. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe.
Support your hobby, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.
And as ever, team, happy strategy battle gaming.